Alright, so we're heading into the deciding map between Susiria and Lucifer. This time Susiria is again the player in red, and this time he got Night Elf, starting with an early altar, so no Tavern Hero for him. And Lucifer, for the second time in a row, did get Undead here. So let's see if this time things are going to remain the same, and the player getting his main race is going to be able to seal the deal. And if that's going to be so, of course, it's going to be good news for Lucifer, who starts with Altar, Crypt, and the 4 Acolyte Ziggurat, so same build as previously. And Susiria just adding the Ancient of War in front of the Null Camp is gonna have to overcome the odds here. But at the end of the day, you know, if he ends up losing, of course it's going to be unlucky, because he got Undead once and Lucifer got Undead twice. But that's just part of the risk both of the players have taken here, choosing to play this as a random versus random instead of an Undead mirror. And yeah, after some trash talk in the beginning, now both of the players are finally going to find out what their opponent's race really is. And yeah, there's the ... by Susiria. That's of course not great news for him. Death Knight halfway out. Plenty of ghouls will be produced early on. And for him, by the way, it is the Demon Hunter, as well as the first Archer, which is now going to start the Ancient of War creep. Or is she? Yeah, now she is. So yeah, Lucifer, let's see, he's probably still gonna head across the map and apply some pressure early on. The Scout Acolyte has been taken down, the first 25 XP for the Demon Hunter, which can often be quite a big deal on Secret Valley, as after this creep camp, the Demon Hunter is already going to be level 2, doesn't need to kill another creep here anymore, or, you know, anywhere else on the map for that matter. And therefore, early pressure can often, just by losing this one Acolyte, turn out to be a lot more difficult to pull off than if that hadn't happened, just due to the fact that the Demon Hunter is getting the level 2 quite quickly. But as Lucifer decides to creep early on anyways, it shouldn't make too much of a difference. Demon Hunter would have been able to get the level 2 anyways. But yeah, he decides to just creep. Nevertheless, Ancient of War number 2 is already being produced here, so it looks like he's really afraid of some ghoul pressure early on. Apparently doesn't really trust in his micro superiority with a few archers and a Demon Hunter against a DK and a bunch of ghouls. And I'm not sure if I can blame him for it. So Lucifer reaches level 2 as well. Both of them just continue creeping. Some small camps in the middle right now. The Nightcrawler is a bit annoying, dealing a bit of poison damage to all of these units. So that's going to cost the Night Elf quite a bit of moon juice. Lucifer decides not to immediately continue creeping here. Outer map with only 4 ghouls right now though. So it looks like now he's going to be getting aggressive, trying to see if he can find his opponent. Now he sees where the creeping has taken place. Susiria has not yet seen the DK coming in, and he might be surprised a bit by that. He's waking up the creeps actually, and this could already be a very painful creep check. The DK, the ghouls, and the skeletons are coming in from behind, and both of these archers are in some trouble, trying to squeeze by. One of them is falling, and the Demon Hunter gets trapped immediately. And even if he brings a Wisp here to detonate, this surround will still be closed just by these 2 ghouls and the rock and the forest, and TP has been forced immediately. So once again, the undead player, the player getting undead here, closing us around pretty early on. This time Susiria is in time to pull the town portal though. And now Lucifer is actually taking quite a bit of damage by these creeps. As you can see, all of his ghouls kind of low on HP. But he decides to apply more pressure. Nevertheless, the Huntsman has gone to Susiria. His Demon Hunter is approaching level 3 already, which is at least some good news, so that should make it very difficult for Lucifer to continue applying pressure here for the moment. As I said previously, all his ghouls are kind of low. This Demon Hunter is looking quite strong, even though he doesn't have a town portal. and therefore, for the time being, he's gonna have to fall back tech-wise. He's halfway through, Graveyard and Crypt coming, so we're gonna see Gargoyles, and the tech of Susiria is just so far behind due to the second Ancient of War he did build inside of his main base. So it looks like, yeah, he was really afraid of this pressure, and he has survived, you know, without suffering all too much. But the problem is that the first 2 Gargoyles will be hovering over his base already by the time his tier 2 finishes, and his lores will be, you know, not coming up too easily. Scroll of the Beast found by Susiria, used immediately. He's going to get the kill on 2 Woods. He's going to be able to chase this DK away, and he probably is going to be able to get at least a few, or at least the majority of the remaining creeps here. Lucifer is still trying to be annoying here for a little bit more, but is taking more and more damage by these Roared Archers. So just wasting a bit of Susiria's time here, but that could have gone worse for the Night Elf in this case. And tier 2 is going to finish in just a second. He needs to make sure not to get surrounded again, though. He did buy the boot, so it should be fine unless he mismicros. So these archers being sent to the fountain. 2 wisps already hidden here, 2 wisps hidden here. I mean, he knows that the gargoyles are going to be coming. And the Hunter's Hall, is it late? No, the Hunter's Hall will be finished in time. So that's not going to be the issue here. The issue is going to be if Lucifer decides to apply some more pressure immediately here. Look at how quick the first 2 gargoyles will be joining here, and look at how late the Night Elf's tech is going to finish. Yeah, Susiria pulled the Red Drake away from the fountain, so he can quite quickly take it down with a bunch of archers. Claws of attack +6 for the Demon Hunter. So that's the good news here, as the Ancient of War is going to have to retreat with the Undead being nearby. That's the good news here for the Night Elf player, for Susiria. He's got a very strong Demon Hunter, Boots of Kel'Thalas, and he's going to be very close to level 4 already. Lucifer with the first 2 gargoyles, immediately taking down the Red Drake though as well. Panda second board right now on the side of Susiria, and he does have the resources to get those 2 lores. And it looks like Lucifer might not even be going for the cancel there, which I think might be a bit of a missed opportunity, but I think he may have not been aware of how late the tech of his opponent really was. I mean, he's heading towards the top right of the map right now. Let's see if he's still going to be in time. I mean, it's not like he's looking all too terrible here, even if both of these lores would be coming up, but all I'm saying is there's a huge opportunity for him here to cancel those. But actually he's gonna go for the creep check here. The Demon Hunter has just staffed back, probably in anticipation of some trouble approaching his Ancients of Lore. He was also at the shop buying the first Staff of Preservation. First Archer is going down. Nevertheless, Lucifer is streaming in with his ghouls. The first ghoul is falling though. 1 gargoyle has already fallen here, as we've seen previously. But look at it, it's 5 gargoyles already up in the air as the lores of the Night Elf are finishing. So it's gonna be so difficult for him to trade, you know, anywhere close to equal anytime soon against this gigantic undead army. Archer gets denied, so at least no XP. Panda has reached level 2. Also, the greater mana portion is nice. And the lores have finished. Yeah, but look at Susiria being sloppy here with this macro. Lores have finished. He was at 800 gold before he started producing. Definitely missed out on like 15 seconds of production there. And Lucifer now has to see that this has already been taken. Little sloppy as well. He should have seen the Boots of Kel'Thalas on his Demon Hunter.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Lucifer, yeah, continues applying pressure. Now the lores are up already though. The Panda continues creeping some. He's not solo creeping this with the Panda though, so still after this creep camp going to be far away from level 3. It looks like Lucifer is just going to go ahead and kill the shop. So by the time tier 3 finishes, there might not be an orb available for the Demon Hunter, which is one of the main reasons to get tier 3 quickly against undeads playing gargoyles. But yeah, that might not be happening unless Susiria immediately rebuilds the shop somewhere. Another archer got killed, as we can see. The Panda, He'd love to be closer to level 3 by this point, but he's not. And there are already 8 gargoyles, I think, in the air. Death Knight is out of mana though, so one of them is falling. Drunken Haze is coming in Breath of Fire. Is there a scroll? No, there isn't. One of the Druids getting staffed here in time, surviving. And now all of them are very close to the Moonwells. So Lucifer, for the time being, is going to have to retreat above the forest here. In the meantime, he has tagged up to tier 3 already. Still producing more gargoyles. I guess stone form might be researched already, might be coming eventually. He doesn't have a lot of lumber at the moment. But he just sent 2 low HP ghouls back, so his lumber production will be heavily increased, and now he spent a lot of it on the stone form upgrade. So yeah, that's gonna be coming soon. Another Druid gets sniped out, the Panda, Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire. I guess he's just gonna quickly snipe the shop, and then he's gonna have to retreat once again. Does he still continue applying pressure? It looks like that's the case. Would have expected him to perhaps go to the fountain right now, but it looks like he still feels like there is some opportunity to continue harassing, and maybe he's right. Death Knight scouting some. And the ghoul came across the map with backpack here, bringing the Orb of Corruption. Yeah, these gargoyles just continue being annoying. I stated previously that there were 2 wisps hidden here, but no more. The gargoyles have found them. Ancient of War also kind of gone astray. Yeah, now there are the 2 wisps up here, and a few, well, actually not a single wisp remaining in the main base, so there's going to be a lot of wisp production coming up by Susiria, and we can already see him hurting from this. 80 lumber only, 400 gold. Ghoul isn't really going to be able to contribute all too much. Now the gargoyles are in a great position. They love to be above the forest here. They love to have the Druids just lining up around these trees and just getting some snipes and then pulling back. That's the ideal scenario here for Lucifer, who is taking this slowly. In the meantime, yeah, what is Susiria really doing here? Panda is still level 2.5. It looks like he doesn't feel like he can afford to creep anymore at the time, and it looks like he might be right in thinking so, but actually Lucifer is the one seizing the opportunity here, continues creeping some, getting the Warsong battle drums from the red camp. And now this time needs to be used by Susiria to finally get the Panda up to level 3. He did get the Orb on the Demon Hunter in the meantime. The Ancient of War is in position here, creeps have been pulled, so he has to quickly get this creep camp. He has to hope for a great item that yeah, carries him, or at least can contribute to carrying him in the late game. The Death Knight certainly got a great one. As he's about to reach level 5, the Lich is being added, which is kind of the old-fashioned timing together with the gargoyles. And the Panda will finally be level 3, so both of the players getting something done here finally. The Ancient of War, is he gonna fall? Looks like no, as the High Priest is busy trying to heal himself. Excuse me. And the Demon Hunter is staffing back as the gargoyles are coming in, trying to go for another wisp kill. That's not gonna happen for the time being. A lot of Druids available here on the side of the Night Elf player. Death Knight soon to be level 5. Lich, yeah, just spawned here. These gargoyles, these wisps all haven't been found yet. If they get found, then that's going to be annoying once again for Susiria. But at this stage of the match, he doesn't really need a lot of lumber intake, so he's doing fine for the moment. The Ancient of War will be picked off. The ghouls will be in some trouble, but it looks like Lucifer decides to commit to the fight here. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, nicely dodged by the gargoyles, so the Panda not dealing any damage here to them. The ghouls have fallen nevertheless, as was to be expected, but the gargoyles all have survived, so those are the units that really matter here. At the same time, the Night Elf, I think, has lost... Has he lost a Druid? I think he has lost 1 Druid, so that should be fine as well. Death Knight still has a mana potion. There's 1 heal scroll for the Undead, no heal scroll for the Night Elf, I'm assuming, yeah. As there's basically only focus fire here. Heal scroll is not really the most reasonable investment in this particular situation. And it looks like Susiria is just gonna take the opportunity and go ahead and creep some. Ogre Magi gets taken down. Talisman of Evasion for the Panda. And the gargoyles have to retreat. So yeah, things seem to be brightening up a bit here for the Night Elf, who's really got Lucifer on the run currently. I mean, that's not unheard of course, with Gargoyles against, well, Night Elf in general. In this case, a lot of Dryads. But yeah, after this early game, you know, I guess I would have, especially with how the best of 3 has gone thus far, imagined a more one-sided mid and late game, but that's not happening thus far. Lucifer has done some decent harassment with the Gargoyles, but it looks like now Susiria has stabilized. Level soon to be 5 Demon Hunter, level 3 Panda, a lot of Dryads here, and Lucifer has added a Slaughterhouse though, so I guess the harassment only times are over. One statue is going to be added. I guess it's just going to put that here and regenerate some mana. The upside for Lucifer is right now he is at, well, he was at 50 supply, now he's broken. But just to finish that thought, I think this is the only creep camp left on the map. So, okay, Lucifer is cancelling the abomination here, which I guess is really reasonable. Selling the crypt number 2 and getting a new slaughterhouse. So there's one tiny creep camp left to take on the map. And other than that, there's not too much gain for Susiria currently of his map control. And Susiria is at 63 supply, Lucifer is at 50, and he's going to bank for quite a while and then go for a big fight. He's got okay hero levels, 5-1. Of course, not quite as good as the almost 5 Demon Hunter and 3.5 Panda.
Research finished.
But the point being, Lucifer is gonna be able to produce a lot, and he should be getting at somewhat equal ground here in terms of army size by the time we see a big fight. And I guess for Susiria it might be time to kind of, you know, force Lucifer's hand by setting up an expansion. But I guess he's not planning to do so. Lucifer's getting an 80 supply cigarette already, so he's planning to go high up in supply eventually. Decides to break right now as Susiria is at his front door. But is he really going to go ahead and push against the undead base with only Dryads, who are by the way 1-1 upgraded against the 0-0 Gargoyles? So yeah, some more harassment. The Gargoyles are flying around, trying to find some wisps, trying to find potential expansion attempts, but that's not happening. One wisp falling here, not detonated. And Lucifer, yeah, he's up at 66 supply already. So broken into low upkeep right now, added 2 abominations, now adds 2 more meat wagons. And Susiria is down to 65. So lost some additional wisps. He was up at 69 previously. 1 supply is gone for the Tree of Life that's now coming. And 3 additional supply, I guess, must have been wisps by him. And it looks like he's actually going to go ahead and apply some pressure here. The wagons are about to spawn here, and those will be a great asset in defending the undead base. Are going to make things a lot tougher for the Night Elf to get anything done around there. The Disease Cloud also finished already. He's also going to do a ton of damage over time. Gargoyles landed here quickly. One of them gets killed. And it looks like with the 2 wagons, Lucifer is already feeling confident in taking a fight here. The Gargoyles marching forward, splitting right now, but falling back as these Dryads are split beautifully. The Panda gets the nuke though, Coiled Nova. There is a staff on the Demon Hunter, but I guess, it was on cooldown, so the Panda wasn't staffed in time, and that's terrible for the Night Elf player. The Undead getting rid of a lot of the damage output here against the Gargoyles. The wagons are standing completely unchallenged, and Lucifer is clearly winning this fight here. Susiria not really getting anywhere close to making perfect use of all of the Dryads he had there. Panda is being rebought, is being staffed immediately. Another Dryad might be falling on the way home. Looks like maybe not. Demon Hunter. Okay, the Lich doesn't have mana, so no nuke available. Yeah, this fight down here, by the way, as we can see on the minimap, Lucifer also used Blight down here See if he's gonna get the cancel. Yeah, in these fights with Abominations, Meat Wagons, Gargoyles, against a lot of Dryads, Susiria did decently in splitting his Dryads, but usually you wanna get into the backlines of the opponent's army. You want to have these Dryads stand around the opponent's meat wagons, use Breath of Fire, use some Focus Fire, get rid of the meat wagons quickly, or at least force them to move. And while he didn't take all too much damage on his Dryads by the meat wagons, he didn't really apply any pressure against them, and that's really nothing that he can afford. As we can see, these meat wagons are such a strong weapon. Shooting from behind at the Dryads. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire once again used, Stoneform once again used. There is one more heat scroll on the DK currently. And once again, the Undead is forcing the Night Elf on the run. Expansion did come up though. Not yet running. But yeah, just look at the supply. The players were pretty much equal previously, but now Lucifer's up by 16 and there's no way in hell this expansion is going to survive. The wagons are going to have to fall back. The Dryads can never ever fight here up the choke. So Susiria is retreating. 2-1 upgrades in the meantime finished already. Lich gets burned out of mana. Demon Hunter level 6 would of course be great, but he is so far away from that. I guess he needs to kill so many units. If he gets the level 6 somehow, then I guess he'd already killed so many units that it shouldn't matter anymore anyways. So we're at the 21-minute mark right now. So this main of Lucifer is about to run out. Of course the main of Susiria as well. But Susiria always has the Tree of Eternity to perhaps start marching. And 5 meat wagons. So yeah, this is all about, well, I guess at this point it's very, very difficult for Susiria. But generally speaking, with this kind of army compositions clashing, it is very, very much about the Night Elves' capability to outmaneuver the Undead's very immobile meat wagons, to get in the backlines, to position the Dryads nicely, to get the Breath of Fire in, to get the mana burns, of course, against the heroes. But I guess Susiria may have missed his chance here already. Lucifer with 70 supply, knocking at the Night Elf's front door, who only has 54 to defend here. One Moonwell gets taken down. Demon Hunter is quickly drinking the Moon Juice before it's gone. Second Moonwell also used here just in time before dropping, but Lucifer can just very, very slowly siege forward here. Lich gets burned out of mana once again. One volley is enough to get rid of the shop. The Panda is coming in, Breath of Fire, doing a bit of damage, but only to 3 of the wagons. And I guess Susiria just doesn't have the numbers anymore to somehow take a legitimate fight here. The Panda uses Drunken Haze, gets quickly dispelled here by using the Stone Form. I guess Breath of Fire is going to come in now, but there's still a heal scroll on the Death Knight. Keep that in mind. So these gargoyles are not in all too serious trouble. Panda is coming in from the top once again, but the Demon Hunter and the Panda both pretty low on HP already. So is the DK though, but he's got an Invo Potion still. And yeah, building after building is falling here to those meat wagons, which are still, yeah, pretty much uncontested. So I guess it's heal scroll time soon on the side of Lucifer, who's going for the nuke on the Panda right now. Once again, using the last bit of Moon Juice. Stormform used once again, still not using that heal scroll. Very, very greedy. Now he did use it, but all of the Dryads are falling. 32 supply only left standing on the side of Susiria. Lucifer still 66. Has he lost any units here in this fight? I'm not sure. Now he's losing a statue. Both of the Abominations very low on HP. But there's just nothing left standing on the side of Susiria. And now the Panda is getting nuked. Does he have the staff available? Well, perhaps, but the Panda is surviving nevertheless. But the Demon Hunter is also extremely low. In the meantime, the wagons are just killing the Tree of Eternity. And both of the Night Elf heroes are so low. The Demon Hunter gets staffed. The Panda gets killed. The Demon Hunter is going to fall next. But there's the GG already by Susiria. He tried his best. The early game was far from perfect for him. Getting surrounded with his Demon Hunter, you know, losing the town portal and voluntarily delaying his tech by a huge load. And I said it during the game, I think Lucifer missed out on a chance to get in a very, very big advantage early on had he been able to cancel these lures. And I think, you know, he missed out on that opportunity by going to the fountain first to creep, and then going into the middle for a creep check where he didn't really achieve insanely much. I think he could have been in a better position already had he gone for the main at the time the Panda grabbed the Goblin Merchant on the right hand side. But alright, he went into a mid game which was sort of even-ish. Very strong Demon Hunter for Susiria. Eventually a level 3 Panda for Susiria as well. Susiria got a lot of Dryads out, and he decided to stick with those, which Night Elves tended to do early on, which some Night Elves still tended to do at the time against a lot of gargoyles. And then I think the major, turnaround was just at the point when the battle took place a little bit towards the right-hand side of Lucifer's main base. Susiria losing his Panda, losing a lot of Dryads, and just not microing his army the way it's supposed to be microed. And I guess that can just be attributed to the fact that Night Elf is simply not his main race, and that he is simply lacking the experience in that aspect compared to Lucifer, who of course played a gazillion games with Undead against Night Elf. So at the end, after that fight, the game was very much in favor of Lucifer. He seals the deal. Susiria drops out of the tournament. He's not gonna go to the finals. He's gonna take $1,000 home though after this tournament for reaching rank 4. And Lucifer is gonna move on to the consolation final, where he's gonna meet either Focus or Lyn, whoever loses the match between those two, for the slot in the finals. So yeah, next up we're gonna see the winner bracket final, Focus against Lyn for the first slot in the finals. Then we're gonna see Lucifer against the loser of those two orcs for the second slot, and afterwards we're gonna see the grand final to decide who's winning this little tournament here. So yeah, up next is gonna be Focus against Lyn. I hope you'll check it out. I hope this one will get a thumbs up and a comment, and I'll see you next time. Take care.